everyday people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mesele. On this channel I talk about great and exciting issues or content. Please watch the full video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for watching my video yet again. Now, to everyone that is always watching my videos week in week out, thank you so much. I am so grateful. I truly appreciate you. Now, if this is your first time of coming across my video, you've never watched it before, maybe somebody sent you the link and you decided to watch it, thank you. That is a kiss from me to you. Okay, thank you once again for watching. On this channel I talk about God, I talk about character, I talk about going back to school, I talk about marriage, I talk about money, I talk about our health. Now I'm going to start talking about politics because I got involved in politics. All right, we're going to talk about that later. All right, so those are the kind of things that I talk about on my YouTube channel. Now, if these are the kind of content that you think you like, you should like content like this, please subscribe to my channel. Also click the notification bell so that once I upload a new video, you, my darlings, will be the very first to know. Okay, thank you. Now, if this is not your first time of watching any of my videos, you always watch week in week out, again I say thank you so much. I am so grateful. Now, some people watch my video but they've not subscribed. What's going on? What happened to you? Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. I am so grateful. Now, remember that you can always send me an email here at oluwapo.mesele@gmail.com. Now, I got several emails, like I think about 12, that, oh, you've not uploaded a video, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I'm really sorry about that. In fact, the one I uploaded last week, I uploaded it real late, but I'll get into that either today or next week. Don't forget, I have a target of reaching 1,000 subscribers this particular year, 2024. Please help my destiny, help my goal, help my dream, help my desire to reach 1,000 subscribers. So all you need to do is just send to your friends and to your family. I always say this on my channel. Please remember to take very good care of yourself. Don't let anything take your sleep from you, except, of course, God wakes up in the middle of the night to pray. And do not let anything take your appetite except you are fasting. So I've been MIA for a while. I think for like 2 weeks. I got involved in politics. So that's it. I don't know if I should get into that today because I already have something that I want to talk about, or I should get into that next week, maybe next week, because next week I'm planning to talk in that line. Okay, I've said something about it before, but I'm planning to build on it maybe next week and the week after, right? Okay, so last week I uploaded a video that I recorded about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but did not have time to upload it, and I'm so sorry about that. Don't forget, I already said that my videos will be between 10 to 12 minutes this year. I've not forgotten. Not uploading any video in the last 2-3 weeks did not make me forget that. Okay, so last week I uploaded a video and I remember sharing about the very first instruction that God gave me in the year 2024, and I said I was going to talk about a man that every time I read the story, it intrigues me what this man did in the Bible. And that man is Abraham. I'm going to talk about Abraham today. And I'm going to talk about hearing instruction from God and obeying every instruction that the Lord gives to us. And I remember saying in last week's video that if you wait for an instruction from God that you like, that your flesh will be excited about, you're probably going to wait for a very long time, because God says some things to us. By the way, that's my video playing, the one from last week. That's the video playing right behind me. All right, so I said that if you if you wait for an instruction that you're going to like, if you wait for God to tell you something that you think would be amazing, you think would be like, oh wow, God, I love it. It's not as if God gives us instructions that are not so good, that makes us cry every single time. But I can tell you, because his ways are higher than our ways, because his thought pattern are higher than ours, he sees the beginning, he sees the middle, and he sees the end, but we don't even see the middle. I'm not even sure we see the beginning, right? Talking about seeing the end. Okay, so because we don't see from the whole package, the whole picture, as much as God does. So when He gives us an instruction, sometimes our mind does not agree with it, and so it's easier for us to feel like, oh God, I'm not going to obey that, I'm going to obey that. And I said, when it comes to God, you don't choose the part of the instruction that you want to obey. You obey everything that the Lord gives to you as an instruction. And I remember saying that the very first instruction that God gave me in the year 2024, the moment you crossed over, the moment you said Happy New Year in church, the very first instruction that the Lord gave me was clear your savings and sow it as a seed. Okay, so I said I'm going to talk about Abraham today. Every time I read about Abraham, I'm intrigued about him. Abraham waited for, of course, I'm just going to go really briefly talk about him. Abraham, the father of the nation. All of us claim, Abraham blesses a man, hallelujah. Abraham blesses a man. I am blessed in the morning, I am blessed in the evening. Abraham blesses a man, blesses. But can you do what Abraham did? That made him the father of many nations. Now, Abraham was married for a couple of years, over 50 years, and he didn't have a child. And of course, Sarah, his wife, told him, "Oh, go into sleep with my maid, and then of course, if she has a baby, that child, you know that okay, God has helped you, you have a child." So he did that, he had a child. But then God still told him that that's not the promise, because God already gave him a promise that you're going to have a child, your own child. So Ishmael is actually Abraham's child because it came from Abraham's loins. But the instruction God gave him is that you're going to have your own child. And now, having Ishmael, when I read that story, God said you're going to have your own child. That's an instruction that God has given him, if you can put it that way, like an instruction. God has said, oh, you're going to have your own child, right? And then he decided to have it another way. Now, does that mean, that's what I was trying to talk about last week, that, choosing the part of the instructions that we want to obey. Ishmael is actually the child of Abraham, because Ishmael came from his loins, but that was not the bigger picture that God saw. God saw Israel. God saw Isaac as his child, and God said, you're going to have a child, and eventually he did have a child, which is not the juicy part. Every time I've read that story, is the fact that this man waited all of these years to have this child. And then one day God woke up and said, let me look for that scripture for us. God woke up. I mean, sometimes we feel like, God, what are you doing? Like, God, are you being serious right now? God says, leave this job and go for, or I once had a man of God that I respect a lot. He said, somebody told him that, she wanted to travel to the UK, and the person got like, so the person said, pray for me while as I'm leaving. So the person got 3 offers. One, they will give the person sponsorship for 5 years, and then pay a relocation fee of £9,000. I mean, just for relocating, we're giving you £9,000. Jesus. And then the second one gave a contract sponsorship of 1 year and a lesser pay, right? Or lesser relocation fee. And then there was another one in another place that I can't remember. So, because the man of God said he couldn't remember when he was sharing this story, so the man of God didn't mention the place. So, not like I can't remember. The man of God said I can't remember. So, all right. So, and she said that when she was praying about it, that God told her, go for that one in Liverpool, because the other one is in Liverpool. Go for that one in Liverpool with 1 year contract and a lesser relocation fee. That it didn't make sense, but she said, that's where I am going, because that's what God said. Oh gosh, that's where she's going, because that's what God said. And the man of God said, I prayed for her, and he said, it was preacher, and he said that prayer is going to work. That prayer is going to work, not because he prayed, because he's almighty pastor so and so, but that prayer is going to work because in the first place she chose to obey God. Where God told her to go, that's where she's going. Now, when God gives an instruction, God expects us to fully obey that instruction, and we don't need to understand, and I had to deal with this. I had to deal with that not understanding that part of God's instruction. So my kind of person, when I want to do something, I want to see the end. I want to know the A, B's. At least I want to know from A to J. So because I don't want to walk into any plan blindly. right? I remember that when this relocation thing came up, was my husband. I said, okay, it thinks that God might I was like, okay, give me this. When we get to the UK, what I'm going to be, I want to know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I haven't walked with God for 18 to 19 years and disobeyed, and then got the consequences of the disobedience in the 18 to 19 years. I've come to realize that when God says jump, I just ask, how high? I don't say why. When I jump, what's going to happen? Who's going to catch me? I don't. Not just like, and I believe that obeying every instruction from God and of God is a sign of your trust. If you're sure that when you go backwards, it's going to catch you. If you're sure that when you go up, if you're sure that when you sow that seed, when you give that, when you obey that instruction, you're sure that you're not going to go bankrupt. You're sure that you're not going to go hungry. You're sure that God will make a way. That I might not see it now. I might not see how this is going to end, but I trust God. And that line is where people miss it. People don't say, oh, I have faith in God, I believe in God, I trust God. But if you look at it well, do you really, really, really trust God? So the last instruction that he gave you, did you obey it completely? Or you are still questioning him and telling him, asking him, God, how is this going to end? Where is it going to land me? Answer that. I'm just going to peg it here today because I don't want my video to be very long again. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Remember that I wrote a book titled The Catalyst, Discover the Power to Change Your World, and it's available on Amazon for £4 and $5. Okay, thank you so much. And guess what? I have another one coming this year. I'm not going to talk about it now, but much later I will talk about it. I always say on this channel that you might be an everyday person, but you sure are a winner, my darling. If you don't want to see it, don't speak it out of your mouth at all, because you would have what you say. Your words are that powerful, and you rule, reign, and be rich. I mean you rule, reign, and be rich. I mean you rule, reign, and be rich. God bless you. I